Jeff Bowe alongside SJSU Athlete of the Week, Cullen Newsome, safety on the football team. You are tied for second nationally in fumble recoveries. You also had a few turnovers in the last few weeks against both of the opponents. You've been very effective at the safety and defensive back position. How do you feel about your effort out there, and how do you feel like the team's gelling together right now?
I feel like lately we've been kind of getting in the swing of things, and I feel like it's going pretty well, and our intensity in both the film study and out in practice has definitely picked up, and I like the way things are going right now. It looks really good for us.
Starter at the safety position for the first 8 games this season. You're tied for second on the team in tackles with 51 on the year. Is there a moment where you feel like you're making a bigger impact in the game than you really feel like you are? Or, I mean, it's hard to explain, but is there a moment where you realize, I really just made a big play right there?
Oh, well, other than the interception, of course. Other than that, we just work on getting guys down if they break free. I'm not really thinking about how many tackles I have or if it was a good tackle at the time. Like later in the film study, I might be like, yeah, that was a good play, but not during the game. Really.
And when you're watching film and you see that, do you try to? Of course, you try to keep doing that for the continuous games. But what goes into continuing to make that kind of play? Just
practicing it, and the coaches are very hard on us, and me in particular sometimes, because I have missed tackles, so they harp on us about making tackles, wrapping up, and making sure tackles.
Play Idaho this weekend, a big matchup going to Idaho on the road. Another WAC opponent and another key game for the Spartans.
Oh yeah, well the last few times we played them it's been very, very close, and they've gotten it from us the last 2 times, so I think we want to go in there and have a better performance than we have the past 2 years with them.
So we talked about football, we've covered that. Off the field, you're an avid bass fisher.
Yes.
And you caught a 22-inch bass.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
It's actually kind of funny because it was honestly an accident. Me and my brother were kind of stranded out on a little float tube raft out in the middle of Lake Folsom, and we couldn't really make our way back into the shore. So I decided to just cast it out, and I was sitting there for a second, not really paying attention. I was 15, 14 at the time, and something just grabbed my pole and almost yanked it into the water. I reeled it in. It was this huge bass, and I go fishing around there a lot, but that's probably the biggest one I ever caught there.
How do you get into fishing? I mean, it seems like such an opposite of football. You know what I mean? A polar opposite of football. How do you really, enjoy that as well?
Well, my grandfather took me when I was little, and I like when when I pulled the fish out of the water is when it got me hooked, and I like fishing. It has its boring times when you're not really catching anything, but it makes up for that when you finally do get a fish online, and I like it a lot. Yeah. It's cool.
Once again, Jeff Bowe alongside SJSU Athlete of the Week, Cullen Newsome. Thank you, Cullen.
Thank you.